Nitin, go ahead. What's your question?
Yes, actually, uh, when I read Kundalini Sutta, actually it is like it was said that there are actually three types of views. First, like it is all because of rebirth, like the past deeds you done.
No, that is not Kundaliya. That is this one, Titayatana Sutta.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I mixed up. Yeah, the Kundalini Sutta was actually a different one.
Correct.
But my question is like actually when Buddha says about restraint on every sense system in the sense eye, ear, nose, and tongue and touch. So I got a question like whether whether to enjoy music or to enjoy art or even that is not correct.
Yes. It's like this. If we want to reach till the Arhat Phala Samapatti, then we'll keep on dropping all of that. See, there is a word in Hindi, also in Sanskrit, Manoranjan.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the meaning of Manoranjan is that you entertain. It's an entertainment. Right. So problem with entertainment is that it creates, can use the word vibration or kampana. So we have to come out of kampana, meaning the mind shouldn't be in kampana, shaking like this. So anything that can shake will create distortions in the mind. Let's say I want to listen to Kishore Kumar songs. I love Kishore Kumar. So when I create that lovingness for Kishore Kumar, what I am trying to do is that I am trying to focus upon the mind focuses on something which is not true, meaning it is something which decays, but then in my mind, it creates an impression that that is something which can be enjoyed. It is true, there is sensual enjoyment. So when there is sensual enjoyment, you cannot enjoy anything other than sensual. If at all you want to think that there is something beyond the senses, what we are trying to say is that there is nothing beyond the senses. That's the mindset I'm going to get into. So, hence, Nacha Gita, all that what he says is that your Veramani Sikha Padam Samadayami, if we were to put it, then we are saying that I'm not going to entertain. Veramani. Ramani is to entertain. Veramani is to cut the entertainment. So, I'm not going to entertain uh, this thought of killing, this, that, and then he comes to the singing, dancing, and all that. Now it depends on which level I want to be. If I am wanting to be a sotapanna, then I can enjoy the senses, the gratification of senses I can do. Because I have ended the rebirth in the apayas. That doesn't mean that I shouldn't be enjoying the sensual pleasure. So senses have pleasure. So let me enjoy the pleasure. Nothing wrong. So I need not have to kill myself. But if I want to become a sakadagami, go one step beyond, then I have to start working out on sense restraint. Meaning, I need to do the animitta. So animittam is that I need to remove the symbol. So Kishore Kumar is a symbol, or Mohammad Rafi is a symbol, or let's take Lata Mangeshkar is a symbol. So there is a sign. But actually, there is no Kishore Kumar as such. There is no Mohammad Rafi as such. There is no Lata Mangeshkar as such because they did not create their voice. The voice was there, they were using it. That's all. You can use it for any purpose. So singing is one purpose, but what is established in my mind is that it's real. Kishore Kumar is real. Mohammad Rafi is real. Lata Mangeshkar is real. Asha Bhosle is real. Like that, I can keep on. And now, what happens when I am listening to the song? My mind establishes in the song, not in the Dhamma. So it makes it more and more illusion oriented. So instead of getting disillusioned, I'm getting more and more caught up in illusion. Now you can ask a question: what if you're a arhat? Will you not listen? Yes, I will listen like any other sound. There's nothing called as Kishore Kumar songs. Ah, okay. What will you do if you are an anagami? Will you not listen? Yes, I will listen. If somebody has put the song, I will listen, but it's just a sound. What if you are a what if you are a sakadagami? Will you not listen? Yes, I will listen, but I will also have a awareness that it is not real. What if I'm a sotapanna? Will I not enjoy the songs? Yes, I will completely enjoy the song. It depends on my level where I've reached.
Yes, sir. Sir, so like actually you said about songs or some intending shows. But what if we come to art uh, like like some
Painting,
painting?
painting, yeah.
Yeah, but painting actually all the paintings are not meant for entertainment purpose.
No,
So
it creates
when we
no,
see,
no. It creates a sense of entertainment unless the person is really focused on what is not entertainment. See, you would have gone to
okay,
a lot of art galleries, and none of the art gallery you will be satisfied. You would like to go to another art gallery and another art gallery and another art gallery because the senses can never be satisfied. So if you were to be contented with one art gallery, what's the point in going to another art gallery then? But we go to another art gallery because we are not happy with this art gallery anyway. So we go there. So what is happening? Isn't it the mind entertaining itself with what it is seeing, the colors or the shades or whatever is there? See, so if I were to practice this eso na mama, eso na mama, na aham asmi, then when the moment I see this thing here, I take it to be me. Same thing with the painting. I am seeing the painting. It is so nice. How the artist has done. Beautiful. Not that I should not appreciate the art. So there's another sutta where Buddha says that take any painting, but mind what it paints is far more profound to see than any art. Right? So there is a sutta for that. Now, does that mean we should leave everything aside? Yes, including Buddha Dharma if you don't want to come back again. No, that is not possible for me. Okay, take whatever best you can do. So there is no absolute answer to say that you should do or you shouldn't do. We should go by merit. What happens? Have you been satisfied so far with paintings?
so actually, uh, basically actually I have I'm not a avid lover. I mean to say, but actually when it comes to because when it comes to some specific paintings one painting by that Starry Night painting, and I can't recollect the name of the painter, but actually he wanted to that painter was going through some mental issues, and he showed that suffering through these paintings. Like when we see the painting screen, like this kind of paintings, which are like full of meaning, and like we can have some discussions, like philosophical discussions on this, which can go on forever. I don't know, but like this something, something this kind of this.
No, I understand. See, at a very superficial level, there is no problem with going and seeing the painting. But if you want to go in depth, you will find that the mind likes something and it dislikes something. There is no painting in this world where you like everything, because you are going to get into raga dvesha, and there is a moha which is going to be associated with it. So that becomes a problem.
Yeah, I remember the name of the painter,
Mhm.
Vincent Van Gogh. So that is
No, no,
like his paintings are.
no, that I agree. See, there would be some meaning with that painting, agreeable, very nice. It's fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a painting or you shouldn't like a painting at all. But if you deeply analyze, you'll come to know that it binds. So what are we trying to do is nibbana is to get unbound, not by bound by that. Now your happiness is bound by that painting. There's no way to get happiness without seeing the painting. So there is a desperation, there is a excitement, there is a helplessness if the painting is not there. If that person is not putting his painting in the art gallery, then you will feel somewhat uneasy. Why he still not put it? I want to go and meet. So we create a dependency. When we create a dependency, there is going to be suffering.
Yeah. Oh, actually, coming to my yesterday's question. So I've read the suttas, Kundalini Sutta, then Titra Ayatana Sutta, then Raulovada Sutta. I've read before, and other than that, like actually the Samanapal Sutta from the Nikaya. So all these sutta I have already like gone through. Even yesterday, I which the suttas which I haven't read. I've gone through this. I have gone through that suttas, but I could not find like which is the suitable or what is the my personality trait. Because whenever I read the sutta, I could connect with the sutta at the intellectual level. I could understand what is the Buddha trying to say or trying to convey, even in the Kundalini Sutta or in the Titha Ayatana Sutta. So this at the intellectual level I could understand, but as you told, as you said, that you should have the aha moment. So that actually that was missing.
No, you should do it this way. See, this is like this. So today, I take, let us say, Titayatana Sutta, Anguttara Nikaya 3.61. I'm not sure whether I am this kind or that kind. I don't know. Okay. So let's say my samadhi is very well established. Take that as a thing. So if my mind is not in samadhi, then the Anguttara Nikaya I cannot penetrate. Because my samadhi indriya is weak. Now, how do I come to know of it? What I need to do is for the whole day, as much as possible, with whatever I'm doing, I need to reflect upon that sutta. Not reading it once. Just reflect upon that. What is he saying? What is he saying? Why is he saying like this? What is karma? Okay. And what is this he's talking about? Why is he talking about like this? Can I understand? I've read it in English. Okay. I don't know Pali. Done. That's not a sin of not knowing Pali. Okay, I can read it in Hindi or in Gujarati or Marathi or in Kannada or in Tamil or whatever language. It's just an interpretation. Okay, done. I don't have to debate with myself that whether this is a right English or a right Kannada or a right Marathi or right Gujarati or right Punjabi or whatever language. It's a language is just for communication. Now he is communicating. What I can do, I can select Instead of English, I can select Kannada. It will give me the translation in Kannada. Fine, fair. Or Gujarati or whatever language. Now, after finishing that, for the whole day, I need to look at Anguttara Nikaya, that one sutta, not hundreds of sutta, just that one sutta. Is it making any sense to me today, this morning, till this evening? If you see, if you do like that, aha moment will come. What we generally do is we read once and we do whatever we are doing. हाँ ये पढ़ लिया ये हो गया अभी अगला वाला देखेंगे लेट मी टेक संयुक्त निकाय देन आई टेक मध्यम निकाय देन आई टेक दीघ निकाय देन आई टेक खुद्दक निकाय. That's not to work because at that point in time, then when the Buddha was there, the person who came, he was able to understand from his questions, his approach, that whether he is a Saddha Indriya, whether he is a Virya Indriya, or he is a Samadhi Indriya or a Sati Indriya or Panya Indriya. But now today Buddha is not there to tell us, or there is not even one person whom I know can tell me, looking at my personality, if he were to engage in a conversation with me and tell me, Vilas, I want to suggest you one thing. Why don't you go through Majjhima Nikaya discourses? That is meant for you. I have to do it myself. Correct. Now, when I want to do it myself, I have to give some time for that. It's not going to happen instantly because there is no teacher to me to tell that or sitting next to me, and his job is only to be interacting with me. So I'm sitting, I've read, then I'm contemplating. Then after 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hours, I'll go back to the teacher saying that, sir, I've understood this much. What do you think? That we are not in any stage. We are doing our work. We are doing office work. We are doing family work. We are doing this work, that work, going to the shopping center, buying groceries, buying this, buying that, taking ownership, etc., etc. That is not the way Buddha did this. The bhikkhus used to sit with them, with him, simple. So there is 100% dedication to that. We are not dedicated in the first place. We have 100 things to do. This is 101 thing to do. Right? So that means, how does somebody say whether this Anguttara Nikaya 3.61 is for me? How could anybody say Digha Nikaya TN2 Samanapala Sutta is for me? How can somebody say that Sanyukta Nikaya in that this Kundaliya Sutta is for me? Nobody can say. Even I can't say for myself because I have not read it completely, contemplated it. So what I need to do? Pariyatti, Patipatti, Pativedan. So I need to first read, then reflect. Patipatti. I need to reflect. The whole day, whatever I'm doing, I'm just thinking, that told like this. Why? Next day, then next day, then next day, then next day. Give 7 full days for Anguttara Nikaya. Even on the after seventh day, it doesn't get me meaning of it. Then I will change it to Digha Nikaya to see whether this numbered discourses is for people who are having samadhi. Okay. But I don't have it. So I might have only Saddha. That is faith. Now, why don't I go and read Digha Nikaya? Long discourse. But it gives me, I want. So let's say I start with TN2 Samanapala Sutta. Can I be on that for a week? Continuously. Just the Sila Khanda, not anything else. Sila Khanda, Sila Khanda, Sila Khanda. Next week, Samadhi Khanda, Samadhi Khanda, Samadhi Khanda. That next week, Panya Khanda. I tested on Samadhi, tested on Saddha. Did not work. Then if a sati is having a problem, let's see if it is established or not. So I will then go to Sanyukta Nikaya, can give another 7 weeks, sorry, 7 days. So if I add up all of this in a 3 to 6 months time, I can say what is my flavor because it will work. Because I need to study pati, that is pariyatti. I need to reflect. Reflection is dhamma vishaya, that is patipatti. I need to put it into practice, something about it. That is pativedan. Then I come to know whether this sutta is helpful to me or that sutta is helpful to me. That sutta, meaning one sutta, not hundreds of Anguttara Nikaya, hundreds of Diga Nikaya, hundreds of Sanyukta Nikaya, Majjhima Nikaya, like that. That is of no use. Like Majjhima Nikaya is for people who have their Virya Indriya developed. I don't know whether I have so much of Virya. So like that. So we don't know. Meaning nobody has introduced us to this. So how do we know? I might be studying so many suttas and ultimately I feel, no, this is not good. Like what happens in Sri Lanka. They go by desanas. So some hero will be giving some discourses and they feel that that way it helps. Yes, it helps. Because in the Neya category, that is good through desana. So you will turn Sotapanna because of that. The objective is to bring you out of the apayas. Fine. But there is nothing anybody can do to for you to get into the Sakragami and Anagami and Arhat. You have to practice on your own. This Buddha Dhamma coming, making you near and helping you is still Sotapanna. After that, you have to work out. You have to see what really works for you. Right?
Yes, sir. Actually, coming to the Samanapana Sutta, like I have read that Sutta, like read like more than 3 times or 4 times, and that Sutta actually is very like I is very uh, actually I found very interesting because actually there are many sets of views discussed in the Sutta, like from Sanjay Belatiputta, then like numerous. So when Ajatasattu visits the Buddha, he discusses all these views. So I don't know. Like actually, many scholars they do have some opinion about it. Like the early views which were discussed in the Samana Sutta, they have like they have done it like in the sutta itself. They are reduced into absurdism. So that is the opinion they uh, make. So were the contemporaries of the Buddha, they were also very intelligent or very like did they like whatever they told, there was some thinking process behind that. Like there should be like if if we read if we go in deep in that view. For example, Sanjay Belatiputta, if we take, he he says that I do not believe in this thing or that thing, or I do not believe in anything. But when we go deep in that view, we we might agree with it in some way or the other. So, like, am I uh, am I thinking it correct, or is there something which I am wrong in?
No, nothing to do with wrong or right. It's like this. Even if you take a lot of Hindu yogis or yogis, okay, in the past, they have attained supernormal power. They have attained uh, able to read minds of others. They have attained going to the different deva realms. They have attained going into their past lives. And the question is not that. The question here is for what's the cause of birth? What is the cause for aging? What is the cause for death? And what is the escape? This is all what it is. If you take the entire Buddha teaching and we were to condense it in a capsule, why did Gautama did it? Why did Vipassi did it? Or somebody else did it? Any of the earlier Buddhas did it? Is to find a solution to this. What causes birth? What causes decay? What causes death? And how to escape? These are the lakhana, meaning not the lakhana, what we are talking about, but the lakhana, characteristics of life. So now what should I do? The question. So when we talk about contemporaries, like uh, if you take Nigantanatha Putta, who is Jain, let's say I myself is a Jain. Right? When I read the sutta, I get an opinion that he is tarnishing the image of the Tirthankaras because done they have done many things which a normal person cannot even think of doing it. If I take Rishabh or take any other Tirthankara, including Mahavira, who is called as Sanjay or his original name is Nikantanatha Putta, he became Mahavira. It's a title given, it's not his name. His name is not Mahavira. Why he was called Mahavira? Because he was a Veera. He did Niganta. Niganta means not could not be twined. So nobody can lock him up, twine him up. And hence he's called Jina, one over. Okay, so that means he has one over. One over what? One over the Ragadvesha Moha. Isn't it truth? Being a Jain myself, let's say, it becomes hard to accept why in the suttas they should blame or they should cause so much of inconvenience or blasting on the other sectarian. So then I feel that the Buddha teaching is distorted by someone. One view I can get, and the second view I can get is how authentic it is. Right? If somebody is blaming the other sectarian, so what's the difference? They also blame Buddha, and this Buddha also accordingly blames them. So doesn't make any sense. That means in today's world, as in the contemporary world, the same thing is happening. One sect will blame the other sect, one religion will blame the other religion, one ideology will blame the other ideology. So it's a relief. Right? Now, instead of looking like that, we need to look at the essence. So, what is Nigantanatha Putta's essence? What is Sanjay Bharati Putta's essence? What is other people, Ajita Kesambi essence? Like that, if you take the Sara essence and look at what Buddha wanted to find out, that essence, that is birth, decay, death, escape. If we take that, if we are getting it from Sanjay Bharati Putta, take it. If you are getting it from Nigantanatha Putta, take it. That. Even now, if we were to take the Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, then the entire Shad Darshana, which is Mimamsa, that is Vedanta, Taramimamsa, Purva Vimamsa, then Sankhya, then Vaisheshika, Nyaya, like that if we take, does it give answer to birth, decay, death, escape? Now, whichever philosophy teaches you the reason for birth, the reason for decay, the reason for death, the reason how you can find an escape, it's a criteria. It can be coming from the Upanishadic viewpoint, it can be coming from the Buddhist viewpoint, from the Jain's viewpoint, or coming from the Jivika's Jain viewpoint. Okay? Can be from anyone. That should be the way of seeing it rather than. So, when you look at the DN2, the initial part where Ajatashatru explains about the other sectarian, Buddha says, okay, this is what you have understood. I will tell you what you can get in this life. The fruit of ascetic life here and now. That's all what it is. So, can I practice that for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks and see whether I'm getting that or not? Otherwise, there's no point in following the teaching. But if I'm getting it, there's no need for me to go to other sects. Right? Now, the misunderstanding we get is when we say saddha or shraddha or faith, we talk about blind faith. Blindly, I'll follow the Buddha. No. Blindly, I will follow the Jain. No. Blindly, I will follow Sanjay. No. Blindly, I'll follow Ajita Kesambali. No. I need to use discretion. I need to have viveka. That is discretionary. Means I discern, I find out what's the truth. And knowing that this is the truth, then I follow them. Then I get the faith. If I just do for it is, I believe, that belief is not right. मान के चलो, that is not okay. So if I say in Hindi, मान के चलिए हो जाएगा, no, nothing is going to happen. कल हो जाएगा, tomorrow, that is not valid. This is what it is. So we need to see. So the best thing is to do till our mind is matured enough to understand the other's viewpoint. In the DN2, if I were you, I'll start from what Buddha is saying. I do not worry about what Ajatashatru is giving about all the other sectarian views. Because I have no experience in any one of those. Whereas Gautama, the Buddha, has experience in all of those. He has given a try to all of them. But I have not, don't even know what's the process. Right? So it doesn't fit into my thinking. So what I need to do, I need to only take that which fits into me. Or then I need to learn all the 6 people mentioned there. So who will teach me about Ajivika? No teacher. Who will teach me about Sanjaya, Galatiputta? Nobody. Who will teach me about the actual teachings of Jain? Now you have Digambara, you have Shvetambaras. Right? And you have to go and meet the Jain Muni, not the householder. All the Jains are business people. Now where will I go and ask? You are not supposed to put that Shubh. As if we were to really go by the Jain, the the information given by Mahavira, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to pull my hairs because that is so much of karma there. I need to do that. So I can't put Shubh. Shubh means what? That means I need more and more profit for me. That means I want to have more and more karma. I'm not supposed to pray Lakshmi because she will give me prosperity. That means I'm adding more karma. I'm not supposed to pray to Ganapati because Ganapati is going to remove the hindrance for the for the wealth creation. All my friends who are Jains are all business community people. What will I go and speak to them? What philosophy? Yes, I know about Jains, let's say, then I can compare. What is Buddha saying? What is Mahavira saying? In which there is similarity, in which there are differences. That's that's the thing.
As well as we have only one life. So by doing 9 to 5 job, that is not the only thing I want to do. So along with that, actually, that is for of course job or money is for survival. But along with that, actually, I want to excel in the numbers. I don't know how much far I will go, but at least the basic whatever hurdles or hindrances we say. So that should be at least gone, or that should be reduced to a minimum. So how can that be done?
So the initial time we need to set a time for ourselves. Like I'm telling my wife, say she has the same question almost like you. I'm taking care of house, I'm taking care of so many things which you are not doing. I've left you to do the dhamma, but you are not helping me. So my answer to her is that you see how much time you have. From the morning you wake up till the night you go to sleep. I'm 100% sure you will get a time where you can or you could have focused on this, but you might be focusing on browsing the internet, you might be browsing the mobile phone, or listening to something, or doing something else as a break. Now we take a break, but when we take a break, we have to take break on Dhamma. From the normal routine work, we have to take a that break and be in Dhamma. Then again start working on it, and then again take a break, and the next break is only on Dhamma, so that I can reflect upon. Let's say I have read a sutta. Now, when I read the sutta, I can reflect upon that during that period. I don't have to do it right now. So let's say I don't remember. That means my sati is not there. So what I can do, I can write it down and put a sticker that once I'm done with this cooker or whatever work, household work, I'm going to sit. I'm going to sit for half an hour because I have half an hour. I've kept the cooker. Now till it completes its job, I don't have anything to do in the kitchen. So why don't I put a chair next to the cooker and start reflecting? Same way with you, same way with me, same way with everyone. We are householder, we are not recluse, we are not bhikkhus to go ahead and do what a normal bhikkhu would have been done, because for him that's the only job. But for me, that's not the only job. That is one of the job to be done because I don't want to suffer. So I've come into this. So I need to see where all I can get these empty spaces for myself. Then I have to do it. That's the answer. So I need to write down, okay, what is my day looking like? From morning I wake up till the night, what is my day? How is my day focused? Where all I can take break. Half an hour break, 20 minutes break, 15 minutes break, 1 hour break, 2 hours break will be there. Even before sleeping. From 7 to 10, normally you will have break, or 8 to 10 you'll have break, or 8 to 11 you have break, or 9 to 11 you have break. You can do that. But if I feel I am very tired today, today I am available, then what can be done? Then I have to get up early. It all depends on my dedication. If I am dedicated, the sleep will not be there. If I am not dedicated, I can go into the procrastination mode. Then it will be difficult.
Yes, actually coming to this your point, you said dedication. So when I was actually in the 2017-18, I used to whenever I leave my left my office. So actually I used to get my Kindle. Then I used to read Majjhima and whatever sutta comes, I used to read. So that I used to actually prepare a ground, and that I would automatically feel peaceful. And I used to like come home in that frame of mind. I used to sit, and I don't know how that would help. Actually, what we say, it was fine to me. It worked for me. Now you just said I got a click from it.
Yeah, that is the only strategy you can use. There's no other strategy. Unless you quit the job and only take this as a full time thing, we have to do only this way. Even I do that same way. But what I do is I'm contemplating all the time, irrespective of what I'm working with. So the difference between me
So sir,
and
that
you is not the only difference between me and you. You are doing the same, I'm doing the same. But I'm contemplating all the time.
but that sir would not like hinder your work or
No, no, what
hinder
I'm doing is
the
while working, I'll apply Dhamma.
okay.
So there is nothing like I'm breaking the Dhamma at all. So I'm not taking it as this and that. See, presently, when I start, I need to do like that. But after I have focused enough, then I can do while working, while eating, while sleeping, while doing whatever I'm doing. Hi, Vishal.
Yes. Hello, sir.
So the thing is, I can't give excuse कि मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है मैं क्या करूं all that. So this that is not required. I have time. I have to find time. Now how do I find time? I find time by doing exactly the dhamma where I should be applying dhamma. So when I am talking to people, I have to apply dhamma. When I am sitting, I have to apply dhamma. When I am standing, I have to apply dhamma. Like that, I need to be doing it, and then it works. That is ultimate. But till we reach there, what I can do? Till we reach there, we can give it a time, specific time. 1 hour, 1 घंटा वहां बैठ जाऊंगा या यहाँ बैठ जाऊंगा ये that I need to do. Half an hour in the morning and half an hour in the evening. Not about watching breath and all that. Some sutta you take and then you start reflecting. This I'm able to understand. Why does he say this way? Okay, let me investigate. What does this mean? What is the exact meaning of this sentence? Let it be in English or in Hindi or whatever language. It doesn't matter. But what it is? Why he says like this? So then when I keep on questioning, it clicks. That clicking sound when you get aha, it means that sutta is for you. You don't refer any other sutta after that. You don't require 84,000 suttas. You think you have to do it? No. Unless you want to teach somebody like what I am teaching, you don't really require to read all the sutta. Why I do it is because somebody will ask me, give me the sutta reference. Then I have to scratch my head. Where did I read here? I mean, I don't remember now where it is. Then they say, you are adding something. Your own you are adding. So just to make sure that people don't accuse me of thing which I have not done, I will have to say it is in Anguttara Nikaya or Majjhima Nikaya or Sanyukta Nikaya, this number, and when I send them the link, they feel, it is there, as though they got it. They don't. They feel happy that I have not added anything on my own. But that is got nothing to do with your experience, right? See, now I have shared so many suttas with so many people. Can I claim that all of them have understood that sutta? No, because it depends on the five indriyas, what you have developed. If not, then you are that person unfortunately will get into padaparma, which means a starting point. Now, for him, the sutta way will not work. He has to go by praying in this life because he can't understand. So there's no point in wasting his time or somebody's time in asking for sutta because that sutta he will not understand. So sutta way he will not understand. So now what's the alternative? Think. Just go and hear to discourse. Then you will start developing. Next life you will turn out to be sotapanna. So you might be a jati sotapanna. That is by birth you have become a sotapanna, or after hearing again you will feel wow, clicked it. So then you are a sotapanna. That's okay. Fair. Deal is fair. So I don't have to kill myself with sutta. That's the whole thing I'm trying to drive home for everyone is you don't have to kill yourself with sutta of analyzing so many suttas in so many different ways and all that. See whether you can understand the sutta for yourself without help, without anybody's help. Only one sutta.
So, and one, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
please, sir. Please, sir.
No, no. What I'm saying is out of the five Nikayas, one sutta 1 week, 5 weeks.
So,
Over.
like any sutta, that one.
Any sutta of your choice. From that list, I've given all suttas. Except for Khuddaka Nikaya, I've given all the suttas, which are very good, which will penetrate. So you can take those suttas, or you can take whichever sutta you think will help you. But if you don't get any one of them, fine, throw it away. Then what it shows is that you don't have an ability to understand the Dhamma through the sutta. Okay, that's fair. Now what I can do? I can go to a teacher. I can listen to the Dhamma. Don't have to worry about whether I'm a Sotapanna or a Sakadagami or an Anagami. That's not required. What is required for me is to know whether I am dedicatedly working or not. That's all I have to do. I don't have to do many other things.
So, and one last question I would ask. Actually, in my previous like days, uh, when I uh, when I used to learn about Buddhism a lot, whenever in the office also I used to um, like go to the internet and read Sutta Center or something like that. So I came across one Bhikkhu from Sri Lanka. Like he was from England, but he settled down in Sri Lanka. His name was Jnanvira Tera. So actually, when I got like when I actually I didn't go into much detail, but when I got an overview of what he what his opinion was, so actually like he he actually rejected the idea of rebirth,
Is what?
and he rejected the idea of rebirth.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and he was of the view that the 12 links of dependent origination they are like complete for one life only, and they do not like surpass this life and go into other lives or future lives, whatever. So. And like he was I think he was a Sakadagami or Anagami. I can't remember, but but actually his views were more promising to me. Like if he's saying like there is no rebirth and you have to like practice dhamma in this very life. So he created a sense of urgency that you have to practice. This is your one life and you have to practice. You don't have to wait for another life and you have to like there is not much time you have left. Like Buddha said, you don't have time, so you like practice like your head is on fire. So that I could correlate. So was he in some way right about his opinion?
No, that becomes a problem in one way, but also a solution in another way. Problem in we'll take the solution in this way that create an urgency. You have to work out on a strategy saying that there is no next life. So we don't know what we will be becoming. So you can't rely on the next life.
Yes.
In that way, it makes sense. But let's say, what if somebody gets into an opinion there is no next life at all? That becomes Michhaditthi. So the third Michhaditthi in the Michhaditthi is there is no past life, there is no future life, and there is no effect of karma. Like that, it will go. Okay, so that becomes a Michhaditthi. I don't know in what context he's saying, but if he's saying whatever he's saying, then it gets into Michhaditthi, the wrong view. Now, if he gets into the wrong view, he might be a Sotapanna, that's fair. He might be a Sakadagami, also it's fair. But he is blocking himself from moving into Anagami stage, that's for sure. And Harat is impossible. So what would happen is that he will end up being a Sotapanna, and the next life he'll again born a Sotapanna, even though he doesn't want to be a reborn. So Uchchedavada means annihilationist. So if by chance the person, by whatever nature, he is trying to get into an annihilationist view, then meaning it's wrong in the sense that he is either deceived by his own way of seeing it or he is not able to express it properly. But the listener or the person who is following him might get into the Uchchedavada, saying that, oh, there is no rebirth, so it's fine. Either he can go to two extremes. One extreme is that he'll say, anyway, there's no rebirth. I have to work out. If I can't work out, anyway, there is no rebirth.
Yeah, that is the point actually. When Bhikkhu Bodhi in investigation of Dharma, he raised this point.
So that is wrong. So we need to know this. Let there be rebirth or no rebirth. You have got a life, you have to work out. That is the right way of looking at it. Right. So even if you hear to Goenka's lectures, he says whether there is birth or no birth. Now you have birth, you work it out. Don't worry about the future birth and what will happen and this happen, that happen. Now you have life. हाँ, now you do it. अभी आप पैदा हुए हो तो आप अभी काम करो, बाकी बाद में देखा जाएगा। वो बाद में जो है वो बाद में है ना, अभी क्यों सोचे उसके बारे में। अभी जो अपॉर्चुनिटी मिला है उसी को आप इस्तेमाल कर लो। तो व्हाई डोंट यू यूज इट इन द बेस्ट ऑफ योर इंटरेस्ट एंड get into a stage at least away from the womb entry, which is anagami stage. Can't we do it? So there's no point in saying that there is anyway there is future birth, so we will see that. No. In that way, what he's saying is right. I appreciate that view. But it shouldn't turn itself into Uchchedavada. It should not lead into Sasattavada, nor it should lead into the Uchchedavada. The Sattavada means eternalist. It's eternal. Uchchedavada is that nothing after this life, nothing exists.
But sir, actually, would that mean like even Buddha was of the view of Uchchedavada, but he postponed that Uchchedavada because lastly, when is in one of his suttas, he says like not suttas, but in Iti he says that actually I have seen the maker of the house and I have broken the house. So and there is no coming of one. So that means is it Uchchedavada postponed?
No. You are adding something to it. See, Aneka Jati
Okay.
Samsaran. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what does it say? Aneka jati sansaran sandhavisan aninbisan gahkar gate santo dukha jati punah punah gahkaraka dithosi punah deham na kaha asi. Right. So if you take this much of it, aneka jati sansara. So that means he's not talking about Uchedavada at all, no? Samsara is filled with aneka jati, means birth after birth after birth after birth. Sandhavisan aninbisan. That is, Sandhavisan means it keeps on happening without stopping. There is nothing like you stop somewhere and you take relaxation and decide, I will become like this or become like that, and then you become. Gahakara. Gahakara means Gaha is house. Gahakara. Kara is one who builds his house. So I have built this house now. Gabe Santo. That is, once this house is created, dukkha jati puna puna. So the dukkha and jati, the suffering associated with birth is going to be there all the time. Gahakaraka dithosi. When you see this Gahakaraka, the person who is creating this home, puna deham na kaha asi. How will you give me another life or another body? Sabbate pasuka passa. That means everything has been removed, dismantled. Like that he goes in the Iti Uttaka. So it really doesn't make any sense to take that and say this is Uchedavada or did he postpone? There's nothing to do with postponement. He was searching for the creator of this home. So he was having Sasattavada, not Uchedavada. Now he has found out that he himself is creating and he himself is the person who should destroy it. That means he found out Paticca Samutpada. That means avidya was there, and then it takes you to two extreme. One is Sasattavada, eternalist. Chedavada is annihilationist.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you are done, we'll ask Vishal. Vishal, you have any questions? You
Yeah.
can ask in Hindi also. It's okay. आप हिंदी
अ,
में ही बात कर सकते हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
सर जब से अपना ये सेशन स्टार्ट हुआ है तब से मैं आनापान कर रहा हूँ। मतलब लगभग आधा घंटा आनापान कर रहा हूँ और सेकंड थिंग ट्राई कर रहा हूँ जो 5 हमारे जो रूल्स है उसे फॉलो करने के। कोशिश करता हूँ कि पूरे दिन में वो फॉलो हो। कभी-कभी छूट भी जाते हैं, लेकिन चल रहा है सर काम उस पे। और सेकंड थिंग कि एक बात कहनी थी सर कि ये जो नॉलेज है ना पूरा काफ़ी डीप नॉलेज है। मैं अपनी खुद की लेवल चेक करना चाहता हूँ कि मैं कहाँ तक हूँ। क्योंकि जो भी हमें गोएंका जी के आपको तो पता है कि गोएंका जी के जो मार्ग है, उस मार्ग से होके ही मुझे बुद्ध धर्म के बारे में पता चला है। तो वहाँ पे लगभग मेरे 3 शिविर हुए हैं, तो जो वहाँ पे पढ़ाया गया है और ये काफ़ी दोनों डिफरेंस है। मतलब यहाँ पे हम सुक्त के बारे में पढ़कर समझ रहे हैं, वहाँ पे प्रैक्टिकली बिठा के वो करवाते हैं। तो दोनों को मैच करना मेरे लिए तो थोड़ा डिफ़िकल्ट हो रहा है, लेकिन मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ धीरे-धीरे। तो थैंक्स फॉर योर आप लेते हैं कुछ-कुछ चीज़ें समझ में आ जाती है, लेकिन अगर मैं डेवलप कर रहा हूँ मेरा थोड़ा-सा सेंस इंग्लिश में ताकि ये चीज़ें अच्छे से समझ सकूँ। क्योंकि अगर यही डीप नॉलेज अगर हिंदी में अवेलेबल होता है, तो इससे काफ़ी बेनिफिट होगा।
नहीं,
तो
जैसे मैंने कहा, हिंदी में आप ही एक आदमी हो जो पूछ रहे, मुझे तो हिंदी में बात करने के लिए बहुत उत्सुक है,
हुँ, हुँ,
पर मैं क्या करूं, अभी कोई मुझे हिंदी में पूछता ही नहीं है तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ। तो आई हैव टू
हुँ,
देन यूज इंग्लिश, क्योंकि हर कोई ऐसा चाहता है कि मुझे इंग्लिश में ही बात करे। एनीवे, तो आई विल, मैं आपको हिंदी में इसका जो है, अभी आपने जो प्रश्न पूछा, उसका मैं उत्तर देता हूँ, वही मैं इंग्लिश में भी दे दूँगा, सो दैट हूएवर इज़ लिसनिंग कैन अंडरस्टैंड इन बोथ वेज़। So let me put your question in English. So you are saying that you are following Goenka's teaching and you are also following the Buddha Dhamma through the Sutta route. Now you are having a not a challenge, but you are having difficulty in establishing in these two because you are used to the shibir or the retreat way of doing, and now going through the sutta is difficult. What you are asking. So let me answer to you first in Hindi and then I'll translate that in English. तो अभी आपको क्या करना है? अभी आपको पहले जैसे आप शिविर में करते हो वैसा ही करना है, कुछ चेंजेस नहीं करना है। जैसे मैंने अभी 8 घंटे का बैठने का मैंने तय किया है या 12 घंटे का, जैसे वहाँ पे शिविर में जैसा होता है 4 बजे या 4:30 बजे मेडिटेशन हॉल में जाएंगे, 6 बजे तक करेंगे, फिर 6 से 7:30 बजे तक ब्रेक है, फिर वो जो है शाम तक जो चलती है वो ही करना है। उसमें कुछ चेंजेस नहीं करना है, उसमें कुछ बदलाव लेके ही नहीं आना है। और जो 5 शील जो है वो भी वैसे ही करना है, उसमें भी कोई कोई अलग सा करना नहीं है। मतलब ये है कि आपका जो 1 घंटे का जो बैठना है या 2 घंटे का जो बैठना है या जैसा भी बैठना है वो आप वैसे ही करेंगे। जैसा जैसा है वैसा वैसा ही करेंगे, ठीक है? तभी आपका मन में वो अशांति नहीं, वो विक्षेप नहीं होगा। विक्षेप मतलब ये होता है कि डिस्टरबेंस, बाधाएं वो आ सकती है, ठीक है? तो वैसा करने के बाद क्या करना पड़ेगा? अभी मुझे सांस के ऊपर देखना है, ठीक है? वही करेंगे, कोई उसमें उलझन नहीं है। आँख बंद कर लिए और सांस के ऊपर बैठा दिए, ठीक है? पहला 1 घंटा सांस के ऊपर, दूसरा 1 घंटा एक सुत्ता ले लेंगे मन में, उसके बारे में विपासना करो। आखिर बुद्ध ने क्या कहा है? फिर 1 घंटा सांस के ऊपर करो, फिर 1 घंटा उसके ऊपर करो जो आपने सुत्ता लिया है, फिर 1 घंटा उसके ऊपर करो सांस के ऊपर, फिर वो करो, फिर ये करो, फिर वो करो। जैसे आप शिविर में बैठे हो, अगर ऐसा टाइम आपको मिल जाता है, समझिए आज तो संडे है और समझिए हमारे पास 5 घंटे का अवसर है या 6 घंटे का अवसर है, कर सकते हैं। 6 बजे से 12 बजे तक हम कर सकते हैं। अगर ऐसा टाइम है तो कर सकते हैं ना, साथ में भी कर सकते हैं। अगर चाहिए तो मैं भी आपके साथ करूंगा। 1 घंटा सांस के ऊपर, 1 घंटा सुत्ता, 1 घंटा सांस के ऊपर, 1 घंटा सुत्ता, तो आपको दोनों आ जाएगा। तो आपको कुछ चेंजेस करने की जरूरत नहीं है। मैं ये कहता हूँ लोगों को कि ये आपको चेंजेस करना नहीं है। मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि विपासना जो गोयंका सिखा रहे हैं वो ठीक नहीं है, वो है वगैरह, वो नहीं है। वो जो है वो इनिशियल है। जैसे आपका एक फ्रेमवर्क बना दिए, ये जैसे आपको घर डालना है तो आपको छत तो चाहिए ना, वो छत है। अभी फाउंडेशन हो गया, उसके बारे में उसके बाद में तो आप ही को कंस्ट्रक्ट करना है ना, वो थोड़ी कोई का करेंगे। वो जो झेलना है वो हमें ही झेलना है। मतलब ऐसा है, सांस के ऊपर हमने देख लिए, सेंसेशन के बारे में जो वेदना हो रही है, जो यहाँ पे खिच खिच हो रहा है, यहाँ पे कुछ हो रहा है, यहाँ पे खुजली हो रही है, यहाँ पे कुछ कुछ जा रही है, कोई यहाँ पे कुछ क्या कहते हैं, बदन में कुछ गर्मी लग रही है या ठंडी लग रही है, वही देखेंगे। जो इस वक्त हो रहा है वही देखेंगे और कुछ नहीं देखेंगे 1 घंटा में, चेंजेस नहीं है। फिर हमने ये एक सुत्ता ले लिया, ये जो एक सुत्ता ले लिए तो वो करेंगे, और ये दोनों करने से आपको दोनों का फायदा हो जाएगा ना। ये एक आधा है, ये जो गोयंका जी का जो टेक्निक है या उबा किन का जो टेक्निक है वो बढ़िया है, पर वो आधा है। सुत्ता जो है वो पूर्ण है, वो इन्होंने सुत्ता का ही लिया है। पर अभी देखिए, अभी प्रॉब्लम ये है कि किसी को बिठाएंगे तो कैसे बिठाएं? तो ऐसा ही बिठाना चाहिए कि एक शिविर बनाओ और 10-12 घंटे बिठा दो उनको, या कुछ तो दे दो उनको काम करने के लिए। अपने ही सांस देखना जो है उससे अच्छा और कुछ है ही नहीं है। सांस के ऊपर हमें अगर समझ में आ जाती है तो करीबन 70% का काम हो गया। अभी बाकी बचा है 30%। वो 30% यहाँ से ले लेंगे ना, बस हो गया, आपका 100% हो गया। तो आपको खुद समझ में आ जाएगा कि आप सोतापन्ना है या सकदगामी है या अनागामी है, क्या है, आप ही को समझ में आ जाएगा, क्योंकि वो सुत्ता में ही है। वैसा कर सकते हैं। तो बताइए कौन सा दिन से चालू करना है, या संडे कर सकते हैं?
कर सकते हैं सर, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। आप जब भी
नहीं,
कहेंगे
जब भी की बात
आज
नहीं
भी
है।
कर
मैं तो
सकते हैं।
मैं तो हरदम तैयार हूँ इस धम्मा के लिए। तो मेरे लिए कोई टाइम वाइम कुछ भी नहीं है। जीवन ही धम्मा है। अगर यही नहीं करना है तो और क्या करना है? ठीक है, तो कौन सा भी संडे
हाँ,
कर सकते हैं, या जब भी अगर समझिए, अगर करना है तो 6 बजे, 6 से 4 घंटा, 10 बजे हो गया। 4 घंटे में 2 घंटा हम ये करेंगे, क्या सुत्ता का करेंगे, 2 घंटे सांस के ऊपर। या हमारे पास 2 ही घंटा है, 1 घंटा सुत्ते के ऊपर, 1 घंटा सांस के ऊपर, हो गया। तो हम 8 से 10 रात को कर सकते हैं, अगर 2 ही घंटा चाहिए। या हमारे पास 4 घंटा है तो 6 बजे से 10 बजे शाम को कर सकते हैं, या 6 बजे सवेरे से 10 बजे सवेरे कर सकते हैं। जो सवेरे या शाम, दोनों में से कुछ तो पकड़ लो, हो गया।
सुबह सुबह कर सकते हैं सर।
आराम से, वो ही अच्छा रहेगा ना। वो सुबह सुबह इतनी ताज़ा रहती है, दिमाग बैठ जाएंगे। और भी
सुबह
हम
कर सकते हैं सर।
हम सारे लोगों को बुलाएंगे, जो आना चाहते हैं आने दो, नहीं आएंगे तो नहीं आएंगे, जो है सो करेंगे, है ना? सही
ठीक है
है।
ना सर।
तो कर सकते हैं। 2 घंटा पहले चालू करेंगे, फिर बाद में देखेंगे।
यस सर।
लग गई लगन, लगन लग गई तो ऑटोमेटिक हो जाएगा। वो 2 से 4 भी हो सकती है, 8 भी हो सकती है। और
जी
अपने
सर।
इसमें ग्रुप में तो इतने सारे शिविर वाले हैं, उनको तो खुशी हो जाएगी, अरे यार ये भी तो चल रहा है।
यस सर। सर मुझे ये एक चीज और पूछनी थी कि अ, जैसे अभी 10 दिन के लगभग 4 शिविर मैंने वहां पे किए थे, तो एक क्यूरियोसिटी रहती है सर कि उनके यहाँ पे जो स्टेजेस है, जैसे सती पठान करते हैं वो, सती पठान होने के बाद फिर 20 दिन का शिविर लेते हैं, 30 दिन का शिविर लेते हैं, या फिर 45 दिन का शिविर लेते हैं। तो ये क्यूरियोसिटी है सर, ये जो 10 दिन के हमने 4 शिविर किए, ये बेसिक है। तो सती पठान में उन्होंने यही बताया है, जैसे वेदना नुपश्यना, चेतना धम्मा नुपश्यना, ये 4 चीजें उन्होंने बताई है। उनके लेक्चर में वो सती पठान के सुनता हूँ, लेकिन वो क्लिक नहीं होता है सर।
क्योंकि वो
वो
वही 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 तो प्रॉब्लम है। मेरा भी वही प्रॉब्लम हुआ था जब भी मैंने सतीपट्ठान सुत्ता सुनने सुन सुन रहा था, तभी मुझे लगा ये कहीं और जा रहा है, क्योंकि वो जो मीनिंग है वो अलग लग रहा है। जो सुत्ता में है वो जो गोयनका जी जो कह रहे थे वो ठीक नहीं है, बहुत जगह पे। तो
क्योंकि ऐसे
हाँ जी।
ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग उनकी अवेलेबल रहती है सर, जैसे यूट्यूब पे भी मिल जाता है हमें।
नहीं नहीं, वो
इनका जो
तो
सत्य पठान शिविर रहता है।
सही सही है, सही है। वो मेरे पास भी है। पर तभी मुझे लगा कि ये गलत है। मतलब वो जो कह रहे हैं कि बहुत सारा सतीपट्ठान में है ही नहीं है, मतलब जो एहसास होता है वो उसमें नहीं है, इसीलिए एहसास ही नहीं होता है। हाँ, ये जो विपासना जो सांस के ऊपर जो करवाते हैं वो उसमें एहसास हो जाता है। पर उसमें कठिनाई ये है कि आपको बार बार शिविर शिविर जाना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो आपको कुछ एक्सपीरियंस नहीं होगा। मतलब अभी आप जाके आ गए, थोड़े दिन के बाद फिर जाओ, फिर शिविर
हम्म।
करो, फिर आ जाओ, फिर शिविर करो, फिर आ जाओ, तो वो कोई फायदे वाला नहीं है।
और एक चीज ऐसी रियलाइज हुई है सर मुझे कि जब तक आप वहां पे शिविर पे जाते हो रहते हो तब तक सब कुछ ठीक रहता है। वो जो 7 घंटे 8 घंटे पूरे दिन में वो सिखाते हैं, हम वहाँ पे करते हैं, क्योंकि वो वातावरण एनवायरनमेंट वैसे रहता है। लेकिन एक्चुअली जीवन तो हमें यही यहाँ पे आके जीना होता है ना, पब्लिक लाइफ में।
करेक्ट,
तो
इसीलिए वो
वो
वर्क नहीं
मैच
होगा।
करना
वो वर्क नहीं
काफी
होगा।
डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है।
हाँ, विशाल जी, यही पे वो मार खाए जाएंगे। इसीलिए मैंने सुत्ता रूट पे आ गया। क्योंकि अभी क्या है ना, एक कंडीशन हो गया, एक हमने बाधा डाल दी कि मैं अभी शिविर जाऊंगा तो क्या कहते हैं, पंचशील का मैंने ठान लिया, और बात ही नहीं करूंगा किसी से भी। तो ब्रेक करने की या वो शील को भंग करने की कोई यही नहीं है, मौका ही नहीं है ना।
यस सर।
सही है। अगर शील आपका भंग नहीं होता है तो समाधि आपका भंग भंग नहीं होगा।
जी।
अगर समाधि भंग नहीं होगा तो पन्या भी भंग नहीं होगा।
हम्म।
तो इसलिए क्या होता है, जब भी हम शिविर जाते हैं 10 दिन या 20 दिन या 30 दिन या 45 दिन या 60 दिन या कुछ भी करते हैं, तो आपको ऐसी आदत हो जाएगी कि लगेगी कि अरे यार यही तो है। पर हमें कैसा जीना है? हमें ऐसा जीना है कि हम कहाँ पर भी रहें,
हम्म।
आप समथा विपासना में ही रहें। घर में रहे या रास्ते में रहे या गाड़ी में रहे या कहीं पर भी रहे, वैसा तो होता नहीं है। ये चक्कर
जी
है।
सर।
इसी चक्कर से मैंने बाहर आ गया और सुत्ता रूट का मैंने स्टार्ट किया अपने आप। अभी देखिए, मुझे एक जगह पे आ गया हूँ गोइंका जी की टेक्निक में, और ऐसा चल रहा हूँ, तो मुझे गलत नहीं लगता है। ये मुझे लगता है कि एक चढ़ाव चाहिए। ये जो गोइंका जी का जो टेक्निक है, वो चढ़ाव तो आपको चाहिए, पर वही
यस
नहीं
सर।
है।
ओके।
ऐसा है। तो हमें शिविर जाने से अच्छा ये है कि हम इसको भी ले, और जो अंतराल से जाएंगे, अंदर से जाएंगे, वो सुत्ता से लेके हम करेंगे, तभी हमारे लिए फायदेमंद होगा। नहीं तो क्या होगा कि
जी सर।
ये सागर में हम डूब जाएंगे, क्योंकि आधा ही तैर पाएंगे, फिर आधा क्या करें अभी। फिर वापस आ जाओ, शिविर में बैठ जाओ। अभी तो 10 दिन का शिविर हो गया, अभी 4 शिविर होने के बाद यू बिकम एलिजिबल फॉर 20 डे रिट्रीट हो, 20 दिन बैठ जाओ। अभी 20 दिन के बाद फिर 30 दिन का बैठ जाओ, 30 दिन के बाद 45 दिन का बैठ जाओ, और 45 दिन के बाद 60 दिन का बैठ जाओ। अभी वो क्या होता है, वही चीज़ है। ऐसा नहीं कि और कुछ सिखाएंगे, यही चीज़ है। पर पहले इतने लोग थे, थोड़ा कम हो गए, थोड़ा कम हो गए, थोड़ा कम हो गए। जो 60 दिन के जो शिविर होते हैं वो बहुत ही कम होंगे। पर आपको सांस के ऊपर ही देखना है ना 60 दिन।
यस सर, उसमें 1/3 उन्होंने किया हुआ है। ऐसे 60 डेज का अगर रहता है तो 20 डेज आपको 60 पे ही देखना है।
हाँ,
1/3 उन्होंने किया हुआ है।
सही।
होता क्या है सर, जो सेंसेशन आते हैं सर वहां पे शिविर में, ऐसी कुछ अनुभूति आती है, और उस अनुभूति के चक्कर में वापस से फिर शिविर जाने को मन करता है।
वही वो एडिक्शन हो गया ना, वो जैसे ड्रग एडिक्शन हो गया, वो अभी मेरे लाइफ में अभी विपासना का एडिक्शन हो गया। अभी मुझे लगता है कि अरे बहुत बहुत झेल लिया रे ये लाइफ, अभी मुझे वापस अभी शिविर जाना पड़ेगा। ये क्या बकवास है यार, ये मुझे काटता है, वो काटता है, ये होता है, वो बीवी ये कहती है, वो ये मेरा बच्चा ये कहता है, माँ बाप ये कहते हैं, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह। थक गया हूँ यार। अभी मैं शिविर जाऊंगा। अगर मैं कोई नॉर्मल आदमी होता तो बार चला जाता दारू पीने के लिए। इसी चक्कर में तो मुझे बाहर जाना पड़ रहा है ना। जो झंझट है उसको निकालने के लिए मैं बाहर जा रहा हूँ, क्योंकि कुछ सुकून तो मिले। चाय पी रहा हूँ, कुछ
हम्म।
सुकून तो मिले। चाय में तो कुछ भी नहीं है, पर चाय क्यों पीता हूँ? क्योंकि बहुत थक गया हूँ। क्या थका हूँ? कोई एडिक्शन है। तो मैं चाय पी लिया, चाय पीने के बाद मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है यार, अभी कुछ कर सकता हूँ। ऐसा थोड़ी होता है। तो ये भी एक एडिक्शन हो गया। कमिंग आउट ऑफ एडिक्शन इज व्हाट धम्मा इज, है ना? तो हमें
जी सर।
किसी से भी ऐसा नहीं लगना चाहिए कि मैं बंध गया हूँ। इनफैक्ट वो इसीलिए तो कहते हैं कि वो महातन्ह खया सुत्त में क्या कहते हैं कि मेरा जो दम्मा है वो आप एक नाव की तरह ले लो। आप उस पार जाने के बाद उसको भी फेंक दो। कोई उसको लेके घूमने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। तो अभी हम उसको डालेंगे तो ये जो गोइंका जी को जो टेक्निक है अच्छा है, पर बार बार जाना पड़ेगा। अभी एक शिविर हो गया, दूसरा शिविर हो गया, अभी तीसरा हो गया, अभी चौथा हो गया, 40वां हो गया, अभी 60वां हो गया, 100 हो गया, पर वहीं का वहीं। वो ऐसा नहीं। सो वी हैव टू, हमें ये भी लेना पड़ेगा, सुत्ता भी लेना पड़ेगा, इसको भी लेना पड़ेगा, तभी आपको ये एडिक्शन से बाहर आ जाएंगे। क्योंकि आपको पूर्ण एक्सपीरियंस हो जाएगा। मतलब मैं यहाँ बैठा हूँ ये जगह पे, तो यहाँ पर भी एक्सपीरियंस हो रहा है। अगर मैं नितिन के घर घर चला जाता हूँ, वहाँ पर भी होगा। आपके यहाँ पे आ जाता हूँ, वहाँ पर भी होगा। रोड में जा रहा हूँ, वहाँ पर भी होगा। तो अभी मुझे शिविर जाने की कुछ यही नहीं है। ऐसा होना चाहिए।
जी सर। जी सर। सर
करेंगे,
हम स्टार्ट करेंगे सर। आपने
करेंगे।
जो सुझाव दिया है काफी अच्छा है, क्योंकि सूक्त भी ये समझ में आएगा और सेकंड थिंग साथ में साधना भी रहेगी, तो
हाँ,
बेस बन जाएगा
तो
सर
हम
दोनों
ऐसा
चीजों का।
करेंगे, ऐसा करेंगे जो विपासना जो कर रहे हैं, जो लोग कर रहे हैं, तो उनको पूछ लेंगे कि आप ऐसा करेंगे तो अ, नितिन, आपको इंटरेस्ट है ऐसा करने की?
यस सर।
ओके, तो हम ऐसा करेंगे। नेक्स्ट संडे आई एम नॉट देयर, मतलब अभी जो संडे आएगा, आज संडे है, अगला संडे नहीं हूँ, बट दैट नेक्स्ट संडे वहाँ से चालू कर सकते हैं। मतलब सैटरडे
श्योर
भी
सर।
है, तो ऐसा नहीं कि आपका सैटरडे अगर हो सकता है तो सैटरडे भी कर सकते हैं, या कोई भी वीकडे 6 से 8 आपको टाइम मिलता है सवेरे, कर सकते हैं। या शाम को मिलता है, समझिए कि 8 से 10 ब्यूटीफुल टाइम, क्योंकि उसके बाद आपको सोना है और कुछ कष्ट लेना नहीं है, तो रोज कर सकते हैं। आप बताओ क्या करना है?
सुबह भी चलता है सर और शाम को भी चलता है, मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं, 8 से 10 भी चलेगा या सुबह भी चलेगा सर।
ठीक है, तो ऐसा करेंगे फिर। तो हाँ, आज संडे है, कल चालू करेंगे 8 से 10 शाम को।
ठीक है सर।
ठीक है, तो टुमारो
डेली
एक।
रहता है तो उसका बेनिफिट ये रहता है सर कि मतलब पिछले 10 दिन से जो साधना हो रही है अच्छी हो रही है, डेली रूटीन लग गया है ऐसा लगता है।
हाँ,
तो
सही है।
वो अगर रहता है तो अच्छा रहेगा डेली।
हाँ, 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 तो वो तो हो रहा है। सो रात को 8 से 10 करेंगे, 2 घंटा। 8 बजे
ठीक
से 10 बजे में, 8 बजे वो जो विपासना में जैसे करवाते हैं, 5 प्रिसेप्ट, सांस के ऊपर देखना है, यही देखना है वगैरह, वो कर लेंगे। लास्ट 1 आवर सुत्ता के रूप में करेंगे रोज,
है। ठीक है सर। ठीक है
एवरीडे।
सर।
सो मंडे मैं यहीं पे हूँ, ट्यूसडे यहीं पे हूँ, वेनेसडे नहीं हूँ, थर्सडे नहीं हूँ, फ्राइडे देखेंगे, सैटरडे संडे वैसे देखते जाएंगे। मैं मैसेज कर लूँगा, तो हम
यस सर।
चालू कर लेंगे।
यस सर।
ठीक है।
यस सर।
Okay, so let me translate this, whatever we have spoken in English, so whoever is an English listener will understand.
यस सर। थैंक।
Okay, so what I was trying to explain is that in the case of Vipassana of Goenka, which is a good one, is that if we could use the sutta also, The benefit is that we can use the technique of uh, Goenka and also associate it with what the sutta says. So the aspect what we are trying to cover on a daily basis, if we were to do it, and for yourself, that you don't have to become an addict of going to the retreat every now and then, whereas you can work it out yourself at your own home or wherever you are. What we can do is that we can take the technique of Goenka for 1 hour and we take another hour for sutta. So if we, let's say we have a 4 hour time with us, then we can look at 1 hour on the watching the breath, 1 hour on the sutta, next hour watching the breath, next hour on the sutta. And also, if we were to see what's the difference between the sutta way and the Goenka way, is that, or in the Ubakin way, is that you require some work to be given to the mind. So, what Goenka or what the Ubakin or the Burmese tradition have done is to make someone sit for 10 to 12 hours. First of all, it is very difficult, and you will be able to see how mind functions, because basically you don't like, and no mind will like it, to sit for hours together. So it comes up with lot of questions. Why am I sitting? Why this? Why that? This pain is coming, this is happening, that is happening. Why these people are making me sit? So the all the dirt which we want to see will come. So the objective here is to watch it and not react to it. So the Buddha teaching says that contact causes feeling. Hassa pachaya vedana. So in the Goenka technique, the beauty of the technique is you can see the contact of what with what, contact of the body pain which is arising as a sensation, as a feeling, and you have two options: either to force it to go away by changing the posture or doing something about it, or accepting to it and watching it. So the objective is to just to watch. When you watch, it turns into equanimity. That means you will not push it, you will not like it, you stop hating it and you stop loving it, get into neutral effect. And when that happens, lot of hidden uh, sensations which are in the unconscious existence come on the surface. So that's the beauty of Goenka technique. So giving that technique 100% what I can say, acceptance to it, we can apply sutta, and we can see this is a stepping stone. That is, the Goenka technique is a stepping stone, but it's not the end result of it. It's just a being there. If we don't do it, then every now and then we need to go to the retreat, because when we associate with the world outside, it gets corrupted. So to uncorrupt it, again, I have to go to the center and sit for 10 days or 20 days or 30 days or 45 days or 60 days, and then come back. Then the mind is lighter, happier. But again, when I interact with the world outside, again it becomes burdened. Again, I have to go to the retreat. So by applying the Buddha Dhamma through Sutta and applying the technique what Goenka has given, we can make it 100%. Meaning we don't have to go to the retreat or anywhere. We can be working out wherever we are working, even on the job we are doing or whatever we are doing, you can apply Buddha Dhamma. So what we are planning to do is to have a 2 hour retreat starting say tomorrow evening onwards, 8 to 10, and then we will continue. So if anybody would like to join to that, they can join. So 1 hour we'll be doing the Goenka technique, and 1 hour we will going by Sutta. And again 1 hour on Goenka and 1 hour on Sutta. If we have meeting 2 hours, that means 1 hour and 1 hour. If you are meeting 4 hours, then 2 hours on Goenka technique and 2 hours on. So that's all. So Vishal, I had a good time in talking in English और हिंदी में बात करना भी. I can't hear you. You're on mute.
मेरी वजह से परेशानी होगी आपको, हिंदी में बात करना पड़ेगा.
नहीं नहीं, मैं मुझे किसी से भी कुछ परेशानी नहीं होती है, वही तो चक्कर है.
एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ेगा सर, टाइम उतना जाता है।
नहीं नहीं, that is okay. I Okay, now one question. Do you feel my face having any strain?
नो।
नो सर।
That's all what it is ना। अगर वो तनाव होता है तो वो चेहरे के ऊपर ही आ जाएगा ना, और क्या, और कहाँ आएगा। So if I was not liking this English and Hindi translation, then that would have come on the face. अरे यार।
सर एक पूछना था। मैं जब विपश्यना से संबंधित लोगों के पास जाता था, ऐसा हमारा रिलेटिव थे, कुछ टॉक के लिए जाता था, तब उन्होंने मुझे एक एग्जाम्पल दिया था सर, कि एक आदमी बुद्धा जी के पास जाता है और उनसे पूछता है कि मुक्त होने का क्या मार्ग है। मैंने काफी सारी साधना कर चुका हूँ, लेकिन मुझे तब भी मुक्ति का मार्ग नहीं मिल रहा है। तो बुद्ध ने अपने अंतर ज्ञान से पता चला उनको कि इस आदमी के पास ज्यादा समय नहीं है। तो उन्होंने सिर्फ दो ही चीजें उनको कही, देखने को देखना, चखने को चखना, बस इतना काम तुम्हें करना है। और वो चीज उस आदमी ने करने के बाद वो शायद अरहंत हो गया या फिर मुक्त हो गया, ये मुझे पता नहीं। लेकिन ये जो वर्ड्स है वो मुझे समझ में नहीं आए सर, देखने को देखना और चखने को चखना।
नहीं, कल
ये
हमने
स्टोरी मुझे बता।
नहीं नहीं, कल हमने उसके बारे में बात किया था। दैट इज व्हाट इट्स ऑल अबाउट ऑन विज्ञान। इट इज वो दारुचर्य है जो आप बात कर रहे हो। सो वो आता है बुद्ध के पास और पूछता है कि मुझे धम्मा अभी की अभी चाहिए। तो वो बुद्ध कहते हैं कि नहीं, अभी मुझे खाना खाने के लिए जा रहा हूँ, आप वेट करो, मैं आ जाऊँगा। तो दारुचर्य कहता है कि मुझे पता नहीं है कि आप रहेंगे या ना रहेंगे, मैं रहूँगा या ना रहूँगा, वो मुझे पता नहीं है, तो अभी बता दो। तो बुद्ध को पता चल जाता है कि इसके पास समय भी नहीं है, पर ये पूर्ण है। तो अगर मैं जो कहना चाहता हूँ वो कहूँ तो उनको समझ में आ जाएगा। तो वो कहते हैं कि धिटे धिटे मत्तम, सुते सुते मत्तम, मुते मुते मत्तम, विन्याते विन्याते मत्तम। ये चार है, दो नहीं है। तो इसका मतलब ये है कि जब भी देखना है तो सिर्फ देखना है, उसके आगे नहीं देखना है। तो कल हमने जो बात किया था वही उसका इंग्लिश में मैं कह रहा था। मतलब अगर मैं आपको देख रहा हूँ, मैं विशाल नहीं है। अगर मैं देख रहा हूँ उसमें विशाल नहीं है। अगर विशाल आ जाएगा तो वो दुविधा में आ जाएगा। चकुंच पटिच्च रूपे च उपज्जति चक्कु विज्ञानम। तो अभी विज्ञान कैसे आता है, मतलब विज्ञान, मतलब ये होता है कि समझ कैसा आता है कि ये आदमी कौन है, ये जो वीडियो में जो आदमी है वो कौन है, कैसे समझ में आता है। अगर चक्कू है, अंदर का चक्कू, मैं ये चक्कू की बात नहीं कर रहा, अंदर का चक्कू। फिर रूप, रूप जब भी वो आ जाता है, ये विज्ञान उसको जोड़ देता है। तो जोड़ने के बाद क्या देख रहा हूं कि मैं विलास को देख रहा हूं। तो विलास को ना देखे अगर देखें, अनिमित्त बना के देखें, तो वो अपनिहित हो जाएगा, डिजायरलेस हो जाएगा। तो अनिमित्त, अपनित, शून्यता। तो अभी मुझे समझ में आ गया है कि ये शून्य है। मतलब यहाँ पे कुछ लेना ही नहीं है। मतलब अभी देखिए ये वीडियो में ये आदमी बात कर रहा है, ये आदमी जो बात कर रहा है उसको मैं ले सकता हूं क्या? नहीं ले सकता। वो सच है, ये झूठ है, वो सच है। वो कौन सी सच है? कि मैं ये हूं, वो झूठ है, वो सच है। तो दिठे दिठे मतम, सुते सुते मतम, मतलब जो आवाजें आ रही है वो कैसी आ रही है? वो आकाश है। आकाश जहां तक रहेगा तब तक आपको शब्द आ जाएगा। जब शब्द आ जाएगा, कानों के अंदर आ जाएगा। सो आपका कान किधर है? कान है इंद्रिय, ये वाला नहीं है। ये तो बाहर आ गया है, अंदर का जो इंद्रिय है उसमें ऐसा वाइब्रेट होता है, कंपन होता है। वो कंपन होने के बाद जो हम भाषा में जो हमने सीखा है वो बना के हम मुंह से डाल देते हैं, तो यहाँ पर भी आपको साउंड आ रहा है। तो जहां जहां आकाश रहेगा, मतलब जहां जहां छेद रहेगी वहां आकाश रहेगा। जहां जहां छेद है, जैसे मुंह में है, कान में है, नाक में है, नीचे है, वहां से आवाज ही तो आती है, और क्या आती है? मुते मुते मत्तम, छूना, यहां से भी छू रहे हैं, यहां से भी छू रहे हैं, और यहां से भी छू रहे हैं। और सोचना और परखना, वो जो है वो विज्ञान में है। तो धीटे धीटे मत्तम, सुते सुते मत्तम, मुते मुते मत्तम, विन्याते विन्याते मत्तम। जब ये आपको एहसास हो जाएगा, अरहत बन गए, बस वही है। ऐसा है।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
नो प्रॉब्लम। चलिए फिर मिलते हैं कल, कल सवेरे और शाम को। कल सवेरे वो कंटिन्यू करेंगे जो हम कर रहे थे, और कल शाम को विपासना और
यस
ये दोनों मिला के।
यस सर,
ओके, गुड डे टू बोथ ऑफ यू। चलिए,
थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir.
नमो बुद्धाय।
No, no.